secret talent?
I'm really good at head.
What would you rate your skill on a scale from 1 to 10?
Like 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
My Yelp reviews, I have a roster. We got it. We're good.
Your Yelp reviews is what?
Like the Yelp reviews are good.
11?
11 out of 10, maybe even 12.
What's your craziest confession?
Craziest confession. Well, last night I fucked one guy, and then I came back to the club, fucked another guy, and then I saw my ex, and I followed him back to his apartment and threw eggs at his apartment from my other friend's apartment.
Holy shit, what the fuck? Oh, damn.
So, hello guys, it's Vita here from Ukraine, now living in city Sumy, and welcome for today 1 hour live stream. Today topic is shocking truth why American men have lost hope. And we're gonna discuss this topic today and the reaction later. We're gonna watch this video till the end, and guys, I will give you my opinion. So are you tired on the hookup dating scene America has become? Have you practically given up on finding a traditional woman who truly wants to settle down with you for a life? Well, I promise you, here is a hope for you, but only if you play your cards right. So guys, let's get started our topic. And today's topic, I will show you the rest of the video, and then we continue discussing, okay? One second.
Honestly, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if a simp watches these clips and still says he wants to marry these women. Modern women are not wife material. Period. I feel really sad for this generation. I blame two people: the simps and these feminists. These women know that no matter how messed up their lives become, a simp will always be lurking in the shadows waiting for these same women to call them. Trust me, these simps will answer their call. I mean, they've been waiting their whole life for it. Your secret talent is giving heads. The craziest thing you've ever done was fucking two guys on the same night whilst having a boyfriend. Have we gone mad in this society? Gosh, this is really disgusting stuff. Simps, you need to change. Stop settling for less. Stop settling for garbage. You made your money, you got to the top. Now spend your money and attention on things that are really worth it, not on these town bicycles. I blame feminism because it has made women unwifely. Unfortunately, most men have been affected by feminism and are unaware of their own needs for wives, the qualities for a wife, or their own goals in life. Men would desire to get married in order to have a woman who would support them throughout their lives and would voluntarily give birth to and raise their children for them if they were untouched by feminism. They would desire a family, a housewife who will cook, clean, and take care of their home, as well as a helpmate and a sexual partner. Many women today no longer desire to be or act in these ways. Traditional marriage is devalued so much in our current society of entitlement and instant gratification. The cost is being paid by the current generation of kids who have been misled into believing that divorce hookup culture is the way to go necessary for a healthy family. Radical feminists exacerbate the problem by teaching their daughters to hate men, marriage, and kids. Women now desire equality with men as a result of feminism. They desire to leave their homes and pursue careers. Why should men desire to get married when there are so many women who are choosing not to save themselves for marriage when they can simply satisfy their sexual demands by doing neither childbearing nor raising children? Marriage is even less appealing to most guys because women are the ones who file for divorce. When I look around, I don't see many young people getting married and starting families. Men don't want to get married and then surrender half of their assets to a woman who will later divorce them, raise their kids apart, and possibly get remarried so another man raises their kids. It's terrible that so many youthful marriages end in divorce after only a few years. Marriage is an incredibly awful deal. There is no denying it. When you get married, you immediately cede control of your finances and children to your wife. No-fault divorce actually refers to his fault divorce. Your wife can enjoy all the advantages of marriage without experiencing any of the disadvantages if she decides she wants a divorce. Divorce is theft from a man. It's a redistribution of wealth into women. She can keep your children and raise them in a single mother or stepdaddy family, while supporting herself off of your income through alimony and child support. She enjoys the full and unwavering backing of Papa government. She is completely innocent in the eyes of the law, and you are the guilty one. And you have no control over any of that. To reduce much of that risk, you need to pick the right woman in the beginning. Even women are choosing to divorce instead of being married. Until death do they part. They are not taking into account the long-term effects of divorce on their children. God's methods are right, and He forbids us from being married more than once. Too many women enter marriage believing that they may leave through a divorce. Back then, young women did not attend college before beginning their occupations. They located useful work near their house. After being married, all of them devoted their entire time to becoming homemakers, while their husbands supported the family. The women were joyful and had gentle and tranquil attitudes because they knew who they were and adhered to God. These men's wives were respected by them. They lived according to God's plan for their lives, which was a blessing to see. This culture is really rare in this modern time. This question is for you guys. Would you rather marry a career woman who had little time for you, your kids, or your home because she was so preoccupied with her career? Or would you rather marry a woman with a meek and quiet spirit who loves to take care of you, your kids, and your home, where you would return at night to a clean and tidy home with a homemade meal? Since most men want a tranquil house and to share it with the wife of their youth, but have been led to believe lies by feminism, I think most men would much prefer a woman who followed God's plans for her. As I always say, feminism is a cancer that has eaten deep into our culture and norms. At this point, guys, there's no helping it. It is finished. No cure for this at all. All we can do is stay enlightened. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe.
Okay, guys, so shocking truth why American men have lost hope. Unfortunately, quite sad topic, right? So before we get started discussion of this sad story, for me really it was sad to hear. Today I would like to say that I completely agree with this guy in the video, especially in the point when he said that you from the beginning should be very attentive when you choose the woman, because the main point here is to choose the right woman. And of course, during your dating period, during the first time you start to meet her, to learn her, to get acquainted with her, her interests, hobbies, her way of life, her mindset, you will definitely see some signs, at least if she is a really feminist, or here we mean like radical feminist, or she is a normal feminine wife material, as they say, right? This definition. So, of course, I don't live in USA, but due to what I heard, read, and watched, the situation discussed in this video is an awful truth. And it's the process of degradation of marriage institution in Western countries, unfortunately, decay of the family standards and moral principles. When I look at those ladies at the beginning of this video, it makes me cringe, honestly. Horrible. But at the same time, you know, I'm an objective person. Unfortunately, you can meet such women also here at different nightclubs, etc. So women who decided they can live nicely without men, who neglect the role of the man in their life, and who actually want to live their life as they want, enjoy all pleasures without any responsibilities and duties. In fact, to live only for themselves and use men only when and how they want or they need, right? In the way they want. So looking at what's going on, I really feel sorry for you guys, for Western guys, for foreign guys. And I see that honestly, there is no much hope for normal men who wants to create a family and to complete the right man's task. But let's see if there is any difference where there in your country and here, just to compare. I'm sorry. So first of all, I don't want to go deep and talk about how great Ukrainian women are, Responsibility for the whole nation lies on the shoulders here on tender sex. Women, we mean Ukrainian ladies. And Ukrainian women are kind and smart. They're great cooks, and traditionally they respect family values. This is cultural bias, and I won't tell you anything new if I say that Slavic women are less emancipated, of course, and more feminine than Europeans or Americans. You saw the truth right now by your eyes. And by less emancipated, I don't mean here uneducated or illiterate. I just mean they depend on men much more than women in the West. So, and Ukrainian men, unfortunately, take advantage of this dependence as much as they can. So many might say that most Ukrainian women want to marry rich foreigners and they prefer money to love. But I doubt this, especially when it comes to small towns, villages, where women actually saw foreigners only in soap operas on TV. But if we talk about women who actually want to get married abroad, we should make it clear why this happens. You will understand, guys, later why I explain this to you beforehand, because feminism exists here and there, but it's two different types of feminism. I will explain you then later the reasons of the feminism, why it's occur here in Ukraine actually, and why it's different and to what it leads. So you will understand. So to be honest, it's the nature of every woman, around the world. It's biology. Women always look for a better male who can support them and be a good father for their children. It's the same in the animal world. The best, the strongest always gets the female. Since ancient times, men have fought for women, and only the best ones would get the hand of the princess. It's Ukrainian women's misfortune that there are more best males out there in your countries, in Europe, in USA, in the West, than in here. Blame the economy, politics, culture, bad genes, Slavic man syndrome, but not Ukrainian women. Many might say that not all Ukrainian women are princesses, of course, and some of them also can be radical feminists or not the proper or good wife material, as they call. And I would answer, maybe not, but Ukraine has many more than anywhere else if you judge them in terms of physical appearance, because they are beautiful. And in this world, unfortunately, you know that even better than me, beauty and youth sells the best. So many Ukrainian women tend to look for rich husbands. Why? It is well known that the average Ukrainian woman has the luck of being prettier than average, for example, German lady. For example, when you look ugly, you have, of course, fewer options with men in general, and rich men in particular. And you know that, you can just imagine, usually prefer models. Why? Because they simply don't have much time for love, since they are busy making money, and secondly, and they can choose. This world is unfair. But why not look for a better option if you've got the luck? So what every average woman wants, a Slavic one gets. And since here we don't have like middle class in Ukraine and even less upper class, women turn their heads west. If you get to know the soul of any woman in the world, you will probably see that everybody is looking for a Prince Charming, and more prince than charming when it comes to financial side of relationship. Aside from looking for a wealthy man, Ukrainian women also look for caring one. That is very important. Many men in Ukraine, unfortunately, don't have the best attitude towards women, especially after marriage. I also mentioned that a lot in our live streams, and that's very typical for Ukrainian men. So he was so nice and caring when we first met, but after we got married, everything changed. How many stories like this I've told you already, or I have heard by myself from Ukrainian women already? Men cheat, they beat their wives, and as you might know, there is no developed special services for protection against abuse in Ukraine. And they take beauty and kindness for granted. We also mentioned that Ukrainian women, men, they're very spoiled because they have a lot of options. And if they don't like this lady or they just simply got bored, they can go and find another one easily. But for women here, the situation is absolutely opposite. So not all of them, of course. I don't want to say that all Ukrainian guys like that, but the patriarchic discriminatory mentality is still here in Ukraine. Shut up, woman. Your day is the 8th of March. We actually have this joke, but it's not a joke always. So while many foreigners don't like their emancipated fellow countrywomen for being not feminine enough, they enjoy the kindness and femininity of Ukrainian women, who in turn like the unusually caring attitude of European men from their turn, right? So moreover, Ukrainian people are still much more traditional than Europeans. So girls still think sometimes, yeah, some stupid girls probably, but it's typical a little bit, that after sex comes the marriage. So this is why some girls have sex with foreign guys who come to our motherland to have fun, and they just hope that the man will get serious after this, because, you know, and some actually do. Not all, of course. As for feminism in Ukraine, guys, well, honestly, it's one of the topics which I really hate to talk about, honestly, because discussion will never have the resolution, and we can discuss it many times, many hours. Feminism in Ukraine is different from one in the West. And here feminists just try to get more equal rights for women, not only on the 8th of March, to be able to get better job position. For example, same salary as men on the same job position, right? If the positions are equal, but men, God knows why, get much higher salary. And at the end of the day, to stop being the thing whose place still considered to be just in the kitchen or among diapers, you know. Self-realization, development, professional career, these are things that every man has the right to. And theoretically, every woman, every Ukrainian woman has the same right. But in practice, things look different here. Ukrainian woman can build career, improve, self-develop. She can develop her abilities, but only in her free time from her family. Children, caring for husband, creating home comfort, that's all that Ukrainian society and family expect from us, Ukrainian women still, unfortunately. Can we spare a minute for ourselves? No. Forget about yourself, your dreams, and your life. What kind of self-realization? Used to say our local guys. What are you talking about? Your children are not fed and the apartment is not cleaned. Take care of your direct duties and throw the nonsense out of your head. That's how still men here look at women and their family role. That's also one of the reasons why Ukrainian women look for foreign husbands, because they are known to be more loyal, they're known to share home duties, to spend more time with kids, and to be responsible and caring fathers. I also want to mention typical reasons why girls and women here in Ukraine usually get married. The first reason, of course, is passion and love. Of course, because we are very romantic. You remember, Ukrainian women are of old dating school. And of course, love and passion, we all dream that this marriage will be till the end of the life. We're gonna have some stability. Our social position will be better, will be high, because you remember, I mentioned many times that if the lady here after 30 is not still married, she is considered to be spoiled or has some specific character, something is wrong with her, or men just don't pay attention at her, or she's not physically attractive, or even if she is attractive physically, means something like she's like a, something with her psychology, or she's a bitch, or whatever. So some really disadvantages in her own personality. The second point, that's what everyone does. So it's like, sheeps following one after another, stereotypes. So a woman becomes a hostage of a social stereotypes and public opinion in the person of parents, friends, colleagues, even neighbors, I can tell you, acquaintances and strangers. In this case, she sometimes agrees to the first best offer. Really, sometimes it works. So the success of such a marriage ranges from the definition of very good to complete disaster, depending on the woman's willingness to build relationship and nurture feelings almost from scratch. Another point why, another reason, escape from loneliness, the desire for anyone to be around. The low level of requirements in this case is satisfied relatively easily. It's much easier to find a bad guy than a worthy partner. So I have someone, we discussed that also with you, but some who doesn't have maybe dignity, maybe have very low self-estimation, they choose just to have anyone instead of looking for better person. However, life with such person is unlikely to be fun. That's understandable. Another reason, the desire for wedding itself, but not marriage. This applies mostly to young girls who haven't watched the wedding of their friends or relatives and also want to feel themselves in the role of a bride. That's, by the way, very common and popular reason here. Sometimes girls really dream about this day, to have these photos for remembering, to be as a princess among the crowd of guests, to be in this white gown. And of course, that testifies, that demonstrates infantilism, not being mature, not being responsible because just of the party, but still we have this stereotype also. At the same time, they are planning a marriage ceremony, but not a future family life. The prognosis, of course, uncertain. Everything depends on the ability of a particular bride doll to grow up quickly and on whether her husband has the patience to wait for this or not. Some reason also means to get rid of parental custody. This desire can arise due to difficult family circumstances, the despotism of parents, or their inclination to total control. The prognosis is not very favorable since there is a threat of a neurotic marriage. When a woman chooses a husband endowed with the same defects as her father, for example, like alcoholism, tyranny, domestic tyranny, right, stinginess, etc. Some can be getting married because they have some complexes and they think that the marriage will save them from these complexes. Somebody needs me. The most typical complex for Ukrainian women. Somebody like me and I'm worthy and I need to prove that to someone. So a woman seeks to assert herself through her marriage and to prove something to someone, to her parents, for example, that she is already grown up, independent, to her previous partner, that she no longer loves him, to herself sometimes, and to those around her that she is worthy of admiration and love. Also, the need for care and warmth from both sides. Sometimes our ladies are too careful, and sometimes our women, Ukrainian women, tend to become a mommy for the husband, like too much care and trying to control, like too much, like as if man is not independent person and he can't do anything without her permission, or he's innocent, or he can be scammed, or he doesn't know what to do, he needs instructions constantly. We also have sometimes these typical stereotypes in our mind. So this is sometimes really can spoil the marriage. The desire to care for someone, as I manage to give one's warmth and care. So from one side, it can be a very good feature of Ukrainian women. From another side, it can be too much. So sometimes this instinct is so strong that it prompts a woman to marry a cripple or a widower, even with several children. Such a marriage can be quite happy if the partner appreciates such self-sacrifice. Some wants to get some technician or breadwinner in the house, also one of the reason, and actually to have some safe, orderly sex, also one of the reason. And the reason, which was common during Soviet times, is becoming more relevant today when the specter of AIDS, encourages many monogamous relationships. Well, there is always a chance that habit will turn into love, and sometimes marriage is founded not only on love, but on some profits or benefits, sometimes really can turn into love with the time. And of course, one of the reasons, and you know that maybe even better than me, and we mentioned that many times, why actually Ukrainian women looking for foreign husband. They search for more comfortable living conditions. But don't confuse this reason with being a gold digger or scammer or the person who just wants your money. No, that's a natural biological instinct of any woman who still wants to create a family, to have a baby, to create the best atmosphere, the best circumstances for her kids. So nothing bad in this reason, actually. So, and that can push also our lady to look for men abroad. So, guys, some ladies here in Ukraine, unfortunately, they're getting married very early because they hope for a carefree fairy tale life, like those who just want to be a princess in a white gown, but not thinking about what they're gonna do even the next day after wedding, when you have to wake up early in the morning to prepare some breakfast, to think what they gonna do during the day, and if the guy has a working day, so she needs to find a t-shirt for him, maybe to iron. So it's absolutely different life, which actually begins just the next morning when a Cinderella, this princess turned out again in Cinderella. And unfortunately not always is just the life. And guys, what I wanted to mention again about feminism. I hope you understand what I wanted to say. The reasons why you have this radical feminism in West, in America, and in European countries is these reasons absolutely different from those which we have here in Ukraine. We still are traditional women. We're still looking for marriage because for us, marriage, as I said, means stability, somebody next to you to support you, demonstration of love, because you want me and I want only you till the end of the life. That's also a sign, a demonstration, like I'm not afraid to take care of you, I'm not to be responsible for you, and I'm not afraid to be faithful for you. So for us, marriage still is very important. But of course, you should understand also that the influence of West, of course, spoils some of our women as well here. And that's, again, very individual. So here, ladies just try to feel more as a human being with equal rights. As equal rights, I told you, not to have sex with anybody you want, not to have sex with 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, different guys every day during the week, and absolutely not feeling even ashamed. But as I said, to have better job, not to spend all the time in the kitchen, not to be considered to be a thing whose job only to take care of husband, to wake up late at night, to meet him drunk, to serve the table, and then to be able to give him sex, because it's your duty, because it's considered still to be duty. And I mentioned a lot of examples to you, even among my friends. So these reasons, which I mentioned right now, also can influence the desire of Ukrainian women here to get married early. So early marriages now are more postponed, and the amount of early marriages getting less and less and less. Women are educated here. They get higher education. They have absolutely great, not all, of course, not all, but we are talking about maybe a little bit more than average class of women here. So they have professional skills, they can improve, they can build their career. But we are not talking about being only a career builder, no. But just why she should miss this chance to be evaluated at her job position, to get money she really deserves, to buy something for herself by her own money. You know what? It's a very obvious example, demonstrative example, I would like to say. Whenever you see women in Ukraine on driving a very expensive car, like Land Cruiser, some Toyota or Mercedes, like really expensive car, 99% of people will tell you that the lady never could earn this car by her own, by her brains, or by her professional skills. Almost all the people will tell you, okay, probably she's a prostitute, she's very professional in her bad skills, that's why she get this car. But that's also discrimination. Why women cannot have the same professional skills as a man and earning equally to be able to buy such a car? You understand what I mean? So that's for Ukrainian feminists are fighting for here, not to what the ladies at the beginning of video told us, it's like disgusting. Yeah, so they just want to be equal, but equal in a good way, not be higher, not be dominative. Just they want that people let them do what they really can do instead of cooking, being mothers, and that's it. I can give you an example, my own example, between me and my mom. So the first questions when we communicate with her, always, and the biggest topic, the most common topic between me and her always was, are, and will be, I believe, kids. So 90% of communication will be about kids. And sometime, I told my mom that you forget, I'm not only mom. I'm somebody's wife. I'm somebody's friend. I'm a worker. I'm employee. I'm somebody's friend. Somebody needs my help. My life is not consist only of kids as you want. So my mom consider the more time you spend with kids, the better mom you are. But I think any person, it's not only mom or it's not only wife. It's the person consisting of parts of different spheres of life: job, friendship, relatives, lovers, and kids. Of course, they play absolutely the most important role in our life, and our schedule depends on them. But still, we are not only mothers. So I hope you got me right today, what I really wanted to say to you. Traditional women look for stability. They want to be relaxed. They want to have reliable men next to them. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that they want to sit on the sofa, doing nothing, just cooking borscht, and actually being just a woman, So they can do a lot of different things. And here's the difference between feminism in West and feminism here. So we don't have radical feminism here. I will tell you more. Ukrainian people in general, not only women, but men as well. If you ask, let's say on the street, people, do you know what is feminism? What you know about feminism in Ukraine? You know what? Most of the people will tell you and will show you that they almost not aware about feminism, and they cannot explain actually what feminism actually means, what for feminists are fight here. So that's why feminism still is absolutely not popular here. We are still feminine, but we want a little bit better position in society. I explained, I won't get into those details once again. So I hope you understand me. That's why, guys, sometimes our ladies also who manage to do something by their own, they also knowing what family life bring to them, specifically with Ukrainian guy, because with the Western guy, marriage will be different. As I said, you guys spend more time with family, you can share home duty, you can spend more time with child. So the lady automatically have more freedom in a good way. I mean, more free space to do something else, not only cooking, cleaning, and growing up kids. She can have some hobby, she can meet with friends, she can be a normal person, not only a wife and a mother. That's why we have also here tendency right now when women really, modern women, developed women, educated women, try to postpone the moment of marriage a little bit later until they get some success, until they will have better financial foundation. That's all understandable. You need to live your life up to some period to be able to understand, to realize you are ready. And cooking borscht every day will not irritate you. Ironing shirt for your husband won't irritate you. Sleepless nights with kids won't make you furious. Maybe tired, yeah. Maybe exhausted, yeah. Maybe desperate even sometimes, but not, nervous, not aggressive, not furious, which actually, by the way, very often happens, I guess, not only in our country, but in Europe too, with really young mothers who were not prepared for these difficulties, who actually don't realize the reality, what comes just after marriage. So that's why mature women, ladies, Ukrainian women, they try to postpone marriage a little bit more, but at the same time, deeply inside of them, they want the man next to them who can provide stability, safety, support. And then if they find the right man and if they fall in love really, then they, of course, will get married. So that's all, guys, actually, what I wanted to tell you. I mean, in general, to see the difference between feminism there and here and the reasons why here probably also can be postponing of marriages a little bit right now due to modern tendency, but the reasons are absolutely different. And I believe if you are the right man and if she's really in love with you and she sees a reliable man supporting you, she will definitely won't say no to your proposal. Okay? And guys, some advertisement as always, and then I will be ready to answer all your questions. So your support and encouragement have been keeping our channel alive and thriving, educating members how to be successful with Slavic women and helping save you guys from the clutches in the multi-billion-dollar pay-per-letter scam industry. Please explore all the services we offer, including our advantageous membership and ways to support our channel at buymeacoffee.com/Ukrainian dating. Link, of course, in the description to this video. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe, to like, because that's important and very pleasant for us and that help us growing. Hit the bell in order not to miss our live streams. And of course, we would all live streamers appreciate that. You can become a member as well and support our channel at www.buymeacoffee.com/Ukraine dating. The link in the description, as I said. And now, guys, I am ready to answer your questions. Hello to everybody. Hopefully, all of you have tremendously nice Saturday. Thanks for everybody who joined me today and who decided to spend this hour with me. Chad Dolan, hello from Montana, rainy day here. Hello, Chad. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. It's rainy here too, stormy, windy, and rainy. But I actually relaxed, released, because I'm really tired of the heat. Yesterday it was very hot. We had around plus 40. and it was incredibly hot for me. So, but today really we have like plus 15 and I really enjoy the weather. Yeah. So, Guy, hookup culture means there is no such thing as marriage, just a hookup that masquerades as a marriage so the woman can benefit from divorce when she gets bored or wants freedom. Unfortunately or luckily, Ukrainian women cannot get any benefits from divorce. She can't get nothing, only some issues, some pain in the ass, as I like to say, nothing more. Yeah, some freedom, but that depends what kind of husband next to her. If he is violent, abusive, so freedom in this way will be a really good way out, But here, women in Ukraine, if they're married with the local guys, they can't get any benefits, believe me. So that's why it's a little bit different here than in your country. Jeremy, hello. You're welcome. I think a minority of women have sex before marriage. Doesn't matter what country she's from. Yeah, I can agree with you. I can agree with you. In every country, they start like 15, 16. I will tell you even more. Even in Eastern countries, Arabian Muslim countries, like which are considered absolutely traditional, as we say, right? And very religious. Even there, some people manage to have sex before wedding. So, and I know such cases. Yeah, but we have what we have. We have what we have. And actually, only maybe two religious and practicing people will keep the innocence, uh, for marriage. But just think, poor people, if they're around 30 years old and not married still, and they're both still innocent. I'm sorry for them, honestly. But yeah, there are some normal frames, I guess. We are not here radical people, right? We are not radical people. We all understand where we live, how we live, and in what time we live. But of course, should be some time frames when it can be considered to be okay, right? From what age? Definitely not from 15, 16, desirably much later. But that depends. That depends, Yeah, Jeremy, majority, yeah. Mhm. Jacob. Hello, Vitashinka and everyone. Hello, naughty Jacob. Happy to see you. Jacob, is this question for me? Would you say that you are more likely to run into that type of woman living in Kiev than other parts of Ukraine? Regarding what, Jacob? I didn't get the question because I need clarification because I was talking too much. So about what moment you are talking about? I will tell you anyway. Maybe I will get your question right. But I'm not sure. More traditional, of course, western part of Ukraine, by the way, because they are more religious, first of all. They more evaluate family values. They have a much higher rate of early marriages. But at the same time, I will tell you, maybe it will sound a little bit strange, more illiterate, sorry, and low educated people there. So you should understand that too. The less people are educated, the earlier they can have sex and all the rest, marriage including. So that's why, of course, you can hardly find, you can, but that's more exception than a rule. You can hardly find like a 16-year-old pregnant or married girl in Kiev than in some Carpathian area. You understand what I mean, hopefully, right? So, of course, western part of Ukraine, more traditional, more serious. They have much less divorce rate, by the way, because they try to keep their families till the end, until probably the end of the life, desirably. But sometimes the ladies will be more patient, more hardworking, not so ambitious, not so career oriented. But still, also depends on the family model where she was grown up, depends on her education, on her personal characteristics. I know that some women, and I know such women, young women who just dream to get married, to have someone next to them, to feel secure, to feel uh, this, to have this feeling that someone needs them, someone like them, someone chose them, and someone gave them this stamp in the passport, and they will feel much better because of this. So sounds strange, but still we have such women as well. And of course, the bigger city, the more industrious city, the more opportunities, professional opportunities, modern opportunities, entertainment opportunities city can provide to people. Of course, the less traditionality there exists. You should understand that too, because like let's say in Kiev, of course, majority of people will have good education, right? They will try to build career, because after education they can get any good job. That's why people from all parts of Ukraine try to get in Kiev, because a lot of career opportunities there. And actually you don't have time. You need to slave in Kiev. You need to work to achieve something, to get your goal, right? And only then you start to think about your private life, maybe when it's too late. You know, that's the also contradiction about this. I hope, Jacob, that your question was something around about that. Guy. The video is rather outdated. It mentions that God instructed us to only be married once, wanting a woman who never got married and is traditional, and in her later life is like wanting a unicorn. Yeah, unicorn, yeah. Yeah, actually, it's not like outdated. It's just one point of view from the millions, from the millions. That's why some people really, really want innocent woman, even if she is 30, because he think that's very important. Some guy will be okay if she had 5. Some guys won't care, honestly, but we all individuals have our own individual preferences, taste, ideas, principles. And due to these principles, we're gonna find the life partner for us. But we also should be flexible and realistic, and we should understand what 21st century offer to us, and if we really have a chance, or maybe we need to, to think over our standards. And if you're waiting just for 25-year-old blonde with absolutely perfect body and to be innocent, that's not gonna happen. So if you will keep looking for such woman, but finally at the end of the day it will be too late, and you will be probably ready for any at the age of 45, far from blonde and far from being perfect, but still, I mean, yeah, being realistic is and reasonable is very important. Chad, sorry. My white German Shepherd is barking now low. Yeah, because he, oh my God. I need to close down this small one, because if I leave him behind the door, he will spoil the whole stream, because he will be scratching the door and whining and barking all this 1 hour. So I have to keep him here. And I heard my elder daughter, she came back home, but I told her, be silent. that dogs cannot hear you. And another dog start to bark in the yard, and he start to be nervous trying to get out, and of course that also makes me very nervous. Yeah, and your your dog also hear his barking probably. But it's very interesting. You have a German Shepherd which is white? Really? I never saw a white German Shepherd. That's cool. Robert Yi, hello. Hello. Jeremy. So we should look for Ukrainian women from small villages. That depends on what you want and what you expect. If you really, if you really want a woman who will always stay at home, who will be thankful for everything, who will be cooking, gardening, cleaning, then probably yes. But at the same time, don't forget about education, and that you have to talk about something with the person. You should be both interesting to each other for many years ahead, not to talk only about borscht and tomatoes, right? Something. So the person should be your passion. And physical labor, constant and heavy, hard physical labor, it can kill passion. And of course, it will kill the beauty of the lady. You should be ready for that too. So that depends on your wish list, what you expect. And of course, probably the lady from the village, she won't have such a desire to go to work, to build the career. But there are also another type of countryside girls who are hungry, who were staying in this stagnation, in this poverty, in this difficult physical job day by day. And, they are dreaming about different life. And when they get out of there, oh my God, you can't stop them. She will need more and more money, because she will try she want to try everything what she never had in her life. Do you know what means like hungry person? She's eating, but she cannot be fed up, and she will demand more and more and more and more. And probably she will be even worse wife than a city girl, because she would like to try all the pleasures and all the entertainment in this life. She would like to try another type of life. So be careful with countryside girls too. That also can be, but vice versa, opposite. City girl can move to the village and can be very traditional and can be a really good wife, because she's tired of the city. And she's tired to rush. She's tired to run. She's tired to think about provision of her kids. So when she finally comes to you, she finally can relax. She finally can start to breathe out, to sleep well, not to think, to buy tomorrow milk or medication for the child, when she need to balance, as I said, when she has a low income or even a okay income, but she is alone and she needs really, to think over really a lot of things. So that's also very individual. But for this, you have a dating period, and I hope you will be smart enough to see some red flags or to understand if you really need this woman. So play with her different scenario before you decide to get married, to see her reaction, to see what she wants, what she expects from family life, how she sees her role in the family, and the role of the man and the role of the woman. Ask questions about common budget, whom she thinks, whom, for example, must earn more, who should keep the money, who should decide what to buy. Like, for example, also very common situation in Ukraine, when the guy is working and earning and bringing money to his wife, and wife decide what to buy. So she plans the budget. Sometimes it's opposite situation, when the guy say, I am earning and I decide how we spend. And the woman should beg for every dollar to buy sometimes even underwear for her, and he will keep, putting her in the mud, like telling, you're eating my bread, you're not working, you're not earning, and you keep asking me for. And sometimes we are talking about even basic things like cosmetics, like some hygienic stuff, some probably medication, some new underwear, and something like that. I remember this story of one of my friend. His mom, when he was married, but now they separated. They are old people already, but still they have a very funny situation, and we discussed it with my friend. So they were very hard-working people, like countryside people. And actually, the husband was himself from Azerbaijan, and the woman, the wife, was parents of my friend. She was Ukrainian. They had huge amount of gardens. They were preserving a lot of vegetables and fruits every summer. They were working like as slaves. So she wasn't beauty, of course, and she was tired, exhausted woman. And finally, one day, I remember this Azerbaijan husband decide to give some amount of money to his wife that she can go to the to the market, to some shop, and buy her underwear, like panties or something, And you know what she did? She bought a sausage next day. So that's a typical sometimes for Ukrainian women, because they still will think, what is more important, underwear, nice underwear, or sausage, So when she's coming to you, probably she can relax and she will be absolutely enjoying staying at home, cooking, taking care of you, of kids, making comfort and coziness in the house, waiting for you from job and giving you new dishes, and getting pleasure from this. But the opposite, countryside girl can get wild and crazy, becoming free finally, and then you can't stop her. So anyway, every person is individual. You need to be just attentive. Okay, guys. So Matt, hello. Matt, Jacob. So oh no, so like this. Sorry. Guy, wow, that was an honest statement made by Vita about Ukrainian women sleeping with the first foreigner they meet, hoping it will become serious. If you are her second or later foreigner, she meets, then you are not trusted, or she doesn't give you the benefit of the doubt of your seriousness. It is said that the difference between it works or not if you are the first foreigner she met. Yeah, unfortunately, we have such type of women. They're not easy, but they are just stupid. And they really think that the sex can keep the man. And she thinks, trying to look from his eyes. A serious woman will have sex only when she really likes and loves the man. When she has a serious intention, then she plans to stay with him. By having a sex or giving a sex in this way, as we used to say here, to give a sex, when we are not talking about like real love or something. So actually she expects to keep him, to attract him more. And that's unfortunately the mistake of many women, because in most cases, having sex on the first day, most guys will go thinking she's not serious. But I know examples of the successful sex on the first date among my friends who married happily more than 20 years already, So, but that's more occasion than a rule. And of course, to attract foreigner, to make him more happy, to make him feel special, that he feels, oh my God, she's fine, she likes me, she loves me. And then in return, she, of course, wait for some offer, for some proposal, but unfortunately, that's not working always like that. Sometimes yes, but not always. So, guys, unfortunately, I have to go because it's the time. I see the topic was very important for you. And I will be not here, I guess, on that channel, ukrainedating.tv channel tomorrow, my usual time, 4 p.m. Ukrainian time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern time, with another topic, like a series yesterday, today, and tomorrow will be another one. And we're gonna discuss that. Please join me tomorrow. Give me your ideas. If I didn't have a chance to answer somebody's questions today, I'm sorry for that. Not because I'm ignoring, but just no time for that. Sorry, because probably I was talking too much at the beginning. Yeah, but you know, I wish to everybody nice and beautiful Saturday. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your weekends, guys. I will be waiting for you tomorrow. Don't forget, please, to support our channel. And kisses to all of you. And I wish to all of you to find really feminine, tender, faithful, perfect wife for yourself, which who never gonna disappoint you or break your ideas about how beautiful really Ukrainian women can be and how good wives they can be if you made the right choice. So that's very important. So I love all of you. I'm sorry for not answering, and I will see you tomorrow, guys. If you think your question was important for you for today's topic, you are absolutely welcome to ask me tomorrow, okay? And I will be happy to answer them all. Have a great day, guys. Goodbye. Have a great Saturday. Thanks, all of you who joined me today.